Yeah.
Okay, so how are you, Jazz?
I'm very well, thank you. Had some really lovely students.
Okay, so we have some new teachers on board. Let me welcome Marta and, of course, all of you that have joined, guys. So Brent is with us, Coral, Anna, sorry, I missed you, Daniel, Emma, um, Georgina, Maria, well, Mark, Path, Sophia, Sonia. Yeah. So today, actually, there are, well, in my agenda, but let's make that a dialogue, okay? Because I think it's about time that we answer some of the big whys. Yeah, some of the big whys that at least throughout this week I've been asked. So whenever I work with you guys individually, some questions emerge. And when these questions emerge, I think that we can discuss them together. Yeah, so with your help, let's answer them, all of them. Okay. Now, the first big why that I was asked. Okay, so this session will go in two parts. Yeah, the first one will be growth. The second one will be quality, and these whys have to do with both, actually, with both areas. So we're concentrating in this session both of them. Now, when talking to you, the first question that I was asking, that I was asked is, or that I think is of a concern for you, is why, when I go to, for instance, to a marketplace, why I don't take anything out of it. Yeah, and I wouldn't deal with it yet again, unless, or I'm talking about it because I see that it can frustrate some people. Okay, and I just want to explain to you, or try to provide an explanation of the market itself, and so that just to make you aware of what you can expect and what not to do. Yeah, the mistakes that usually I see in teachers, I see that teachers do. Okay, and what is the solution there? Yeah, but the question is why the marketplaces are not so efficient for me as they used to be, for instance, before the crisis. Yeah, so before the crisis, you were using them more, you would get students, but now it's uh, pretty impossible, very hard. And what's the alternative? So this is the first problem. Now, if we think of a marketplace as such, let's again take the big picture of what has happened over the past years, yeah, and especially this last year that changed it all. So over the past years, starting probably like 5, 6 years ago, all these new agents emerged in the market. Yeah, they emerged because of probably of out of a necessity. There were internet was allowing people to be in touch directly with teachers. Yeah, but what that provoked little by little is that these marketplaces started to ruin the academy's business. Okay, at the beginning there were less teachers in the marketplaces, much less. The teachers would go there to complement their wages, and they would get students there, and so on. Yeah, everyone was happy. That was it, more or less. It was a win-win for them back then. What happened is that the smaller businesses, though, collapsed. Yeah, and that we saw it like 5 years ago, but more importantly over the past year. Yeah, and we know for a fact Anna is talking to academies, and she knows um, how critical their situation is right now. Yeah, so this is not what I think. This is not an opinion. This is a fact, and many of them have closed. Yeah, so what happens is that the teachers that uh, were working in these academies right now, all of them are in the marketplaces. Okay, all of them, which means that the competition is fierce right there. The competition is fierce. On top of that, we have before we had, say, tus clases particulares Barcelona, tus clases particulares Madrid, and it kind of made sense because people needed a teacher to go there to meet physically with them. Right now, this is not the case. So from a local business, the business is now global. And the competitors are actually in places where the marketplaces praise themselves by offering the best teachers at the lowest service. Yeah. And if you don't, if you don't believe me, just go and check the English teachers, tus clases particulares. I actually have here something. Let me show you. Let me very quickly show you just a slide with something that I found this very morning. And I came across this. Can you see my screen, guys? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I am a private teacher at home. I teach at €5. Yeah. And this is Superprof Spain. It's not Superprof somewhere else. It's Superprof Spain. Yeah, Superprof is one of the, well, the most important providers. How crazy is that? Yeah, how crazy is that? And ask yourself, who does it benefit? You? Definitely not. The student could be. I really doubt that that person with this profile, but well, can actually add any value. But this is what happens, and these guys, yeah, here they received an investment of 20 millions to literally blow up the market. Yeah, they're well known, very well known, and in their adverts they clearly say English teachers at €5, English classes at €5. €5 for an English class. Yeah. So these are the marketplaces that make it so hard for you. I don't know if you what you think about that, but in my opinion, no one can live with that. You need a minimum of €25 an hour to live well, right? So this situation right now is convenient for anyone but a teacher. It can be convenient for Superprof. They make money no matter what. It can be convenient for Preply. They make money no matter what. At 33% margin, they live quite well. Yeah. How about you though? €5? Really? Yeah. These are your competitors. This is the market. So when we expect that place to give us something, hey, we have to be really cautious, yeah, and we have to know why we're there in the first place and what we get out of it. So we can be there just because if we are not there, someone else will get the student. But you have to remember, guys, that a private class, no one will live more than a year with that. At least I don't know from my experience, anyone that with private classes alone has made a good living with private classes. Yeah, nothing else, not as a complement, just as a living. Okay, so being frustrated with that you are not achieving anything from tus clases particulares is like, okay, you are not seeing the whole picture. You're not seeing the truth. You're not seeing it. Yeah, so when you are there, I'm asked, how much should what price should I put? What price? I don't know, because I know what you deserve, not what you should put. If you ask me, I will say 25, if you ask me. But if you ask Superprof, they will say 13 is the average. So that conditions you. That means that if you put anything less than 13, the clients will be yours probably. But will you alone make a good living with it? How many hours you will have to work? Will you cope with everything? Will you work at night in the first place? For instance, if your client wanted a class late in the evening, for instance. So this is the first why. So what's the alternative? What do you think is the alternative? Let's think out loud, because I have some ideas, but I want to hear yours.
Well, what I think is that you have to be realistic. Like, if I would be any other consumer of any other product, service, and I see 5 hours, I would say that's probably crappy. So I think that the €14 are justified with quality. And I was just writing down some notes. Like, and what happens is that many people who know how to speak a language, they say, oh, I'm going to be a teacher, but they don't know how to teach. I saw one ad in Tus Clases Particulares of a girl who had done her first certificate and she was teaching English. And like, how can you teach English with a B2? And I guess people fall for it. But you know, how can you? I want to be very professional, so like I'm going to pay for someone who really has some sort of training. So
Yeah.
I think the 14 euros are justified with quality. I am trained to do this. And I think I said this in one of my blog posts. It's not enough to know a language. It's just not enough. And I don't know. I think I'm going to keep my standard, even if it's more difficult, because of me and because of the community.
Yeah, that's my point exactly. But you are competing with these people, you know. That's the problem. That it's over there, right next to your offer, right next to your great offer. That's you. And there is another thing here, yeah, which is again food for thought. And let's think out loud. How can we overcome this? Yeah, because the answer is yes, but I'm more qualified. Yeah, that's not the answer, Georgina. That won't give you more visibility alone. Yeah, because for a person to reach that conclusion, they will, let's say that they will miss a lot of opportunities. If I am a mom that wants English classes for my kid, first, I'll start with the 5 euros. I will be disappointed. Then I'll start with the 10 euros. I will be disappointed, and so on and so on. But I'm not going to be with you up front. How will I? Why would I? You know, because everyone in these marketplaces says the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's not the answer. I mean, the answer is not insisting on something and trying to beat their algorithm. I think we can't do that. It's just their algorithm. I don't know what Anna. What do you think, Anna?
Morning. Well, first of all, I think that this type of classes, they have their market, right? First of all, I've been approached many times by moms who are looking for babysitter who speaks a little bit of English or I don't know, similar to that, and they are actually paying this type of money, right? If it's babysitting and it's 20 years old girl who just finished school and knows English at B2, why not, right? So this is the client and this is the market, right? So basically, I think that this offer can exist, right? Which has nothing to do with English tutoring. We can do two things here. So one of the things that we are doing at the moment is that we are offering, instead of 21, what is supposed to be the private tutoring, we are pushing basically 14 euros per hour as a price on marketplace. Well, myself at least. And again, the solution here that we group people together. So we group people together, they can pay less. So one thing is what we sell to the client, and another thing is what we get as a teacher, right? So when grouping people together, it's always the most successful way to basically offer a cheaper price and get more money, right?
Okay.
So
So this we have to record this with golden letters, yeah, because this is gold. This is exactly no. This is the only alternative, yeah. This is golden. In golden letters, just remember that. Alone, forget about it. But strategies for yes, taking care of the students and actually being competitive in price because the client is kind of directed to it, but at the same time making sure that your earnings are higher, your rate is higher. And this is it. This is I mean, yeah.
This is the academy's rules. So basically, all schools, their goal is to create a group. They don't want private tutoring. They offer it at 40 euros per hour, for example, if it's one-on-one in a school, and they pay the teacher 20 probably maximum. The idea that all the school, they are looking for this, for the same goal, grouping people together, which sometimes is not very easy, right? Because of the levels, because of the availability, well, many things.
Okay, so all in all, do you think, Anna, that someone in the private classes business alone, I insist on that, can survive more than a year? What do you think?
No,
No.
especially when it comes to private tutoring. I mean, in my experience, people tend to cancel. And if there is no someone behind you, like a company or system or I don't know, agency, whatever, then people tend to cancel. People ask you, can we please recover this class another day? I'm going on holidays for 1 month. You know, this type of things, which actually you can expect 1,000, for example, per month. And then it comes out that you get 500 at the end of the month, just because people, they have, you know, this kind of trust with you and they tend to cancel and so on. They negotiate the price and so on. Well, what I was,
And you've had I'll keep asking you, yeah, because I think that you have that experience and you can tell us something. You've had an academy, right? Yes, but you're not having it anymore.
no, because of the cost, because of the, well, basically it doesn't pay you off, right? At the end of the day, because you need really a lot of students, and the cost of of the rent, the cost of all the overheads, light, electricity, you know, this type of things, social security. Well, basically all these, it actually consumes all your benefits, right? So at the end of the day, you just need to group so many people together. And when it's, in my case, well, it was in a neighborhood, right? So of course I have B1 level, I have B2 level, I have B1 level, but I want classes in the mornings. I have B2 level, but I want classes, I don't know, on Saturday. So for a business owner, it's really difficult to group all these people together, right?
Yeah.
That's why sometimes schools, they tell you, oh, we are offering mini groups, just because they are not able to create bigger group, right? Even if they wanted to. The only solution here was, well, grouping kids together, which normally very easy. But generally speaking, it's not easy to have a school. And the cost of rent.
A local school. I mean, yeah, an offline school.
A physical school. Yes, a physical school. Just because of all these costs that are behind that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
stress.
Virtually, if we do the same virtually, we get rid of all these costs. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Of course, you
These
don't
costs
have to pay any rent. You don't have to pay, I don't know, like light to electricity. Well, you only need the computer, freelance teachers, and I don't know, just internet connection and things like that.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy. The break even for an offline academy is in 300 students if the groups are of 6 people. Yeah. If the groups are of 6, so imagine. Anna,
Yeah.
one last question. It's a little bit sensitive. If you want to share, that would be fine. What is right now your rate per hour? Can you tell us?
Well, this month you will be really surprised. I was surprised myself. It was 180 per hour.
What?
180.
180. Okay.
I mean, the average rate per hour in Oxenity platform.
Yeah. Wow. How
Well,
did
of
you
course,
do that?
I'm
Come on,
not
tell us the
charging
secret.
180 my students. I have one student who I teach per week, 2 times a week. Well, bringing students, giving them to other teachers. Well, it's the same as having a school, but now online, right? So that's basically.
Okay,
Well,
so
I was
wow,
really surprised. Like, I was really surprised.
but that's amazing. That comes to prove. I thought you were on 43, 44.
Well, this is normal each month, right? But this month it was 180.
Okay, fair enough.
So I was
Right.
really surprised. That's why I
Okay.
encourage everyone to, well, think about that. Like, don't think about that as a teacher. Think about that as just with some creativity, with some, let's do something, right? We cannot be a English teacher giving classes at 14 euros per hour the whole life, right? We'll really be fed up of that after a couple of years, and we cannot really I mean, survive only doing these. Or we have to work 40 hours per week, or we just need to do something else. And all of you who've been teachers in a school, who've been teachers online, you know that it's true, actually.
Yeah, it is. Wow, thank you for that. Who here wants to have that rate per hour?
Hombre, pues no.
Yeah, you, Marta, as well. Yeah, everyone should aim that. Everyone should aim that. Yeah. Okay, so back to the fundamentals and how this is built. Yeah. Okay, definitely a clear idea, at least what I if I can summarize Anna's words, that we go for offering a service, yeah, a service, not a profile. This is another thing, yeah. When we start competing in profiles, we start competing in product, the product, so to speak, yeah. So it's metaphorically speaking, but the product is the English teacher. And I've been, I've been explaining that before, that there will always be someone better, always someone more suitable, which is something that, again, people may not realize when they try to push their profile, yeah. But I kind of realized that, imagine that you have to offer one person only, yeah, for your service, and that person is me. Imagine that you have my profile and this is the only thing that you can offer to students. How much market will you reach and will you get through me? Through me alone, yeah? How much do you think? Pretty low, right? I mean, I'm definitely not the right profile here, but not because it's me. Yeah, it can be anyone else. So do you realize when we talk about me, how improbable it is, how unlikely it is that I get to a lot of people with me alone, with my profile? Turns out we don't realize that when it's about us. Yeah, we think that, but I do have something that makes me different. Yeah. So when it's about the others, we see that something's wrong here. If I have to offer one person alone, even if it's the best person in the world, I'm missing a lot of market here, a lot of opportunities. I have someone here. Do you know this guy? Let me show you. Just a minute. Do you know who that is?
Jack Ma.
Mm-hmm. Who is that?
He's the founder of Alibaba.
Yeah. Did you know that? Well, exactly. He's the founder of Alibaba. Do you know that all this information here is true? Except for the hourly rate. This is not true, obviously. But that he's a qualified English teacher, did you know that? That he has been working as an English teacher, did you know that? Well, it's true.
Yes.
Yeah, turns out that it's true. Now, yeah, well, he's a colleague of ours, actually. The only thing is that if I were to rely only on his profile in tus clases particulares, even for the Alibaba founder, it would be a completely failure, an unworkable business. Yeah, and this is the founder of Alibaba we're talking about. Okay, so if hypothetically speaking, that person was to have his profile and tus clases particulares and probably be competing with this Carlos guy that offers classes at €5, yeah, imagine how hard this market is. So what do we do? Okay, what do we do, guys? What can we do? Anna gave you a lot of information, a lot of
a company.
say.
Yeah. You offer yourself as a service, not as a teacher.
You offer, yeah, exactly. You offer yourself as a service. What do you offer? Why that way?
Yeah, stronger with someone behind that and with something behind that, which is not a book and Zoom.
Yeah. Okay. And okay, so what you can achieve that way is a better price for the students, because eventually the class rate is distributed, the class rate between 3 people, for instance, or if we are in the in-person mode, which will allow you to group, say in bars, 6 people. Yeah, so it's even better there. But now we're online, so 14 times 3, it's 42. That can well be your rate per hour. Okay, that can well be it. Being or not in your class, that doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. I hope you know it, but I'm going to explain again if there are some doubts there, how that exactly happens. Just feel free to ask, okay? Edward, you have a comment?
Oh, yes, thank you, Radmila. Hi, everybody. First of all, I would like to also apologize because since I am not really devoting myself to Affinity because of I have a different, company that I'm working for right now. So I am also going to take my chance to, really put my devotion and my how do you call it, my time and my effort to be able to build my market strategies to promote Affinity across the markets that I'm looking for. And I want to give, how do you call it, a little contribution with regards to sales and marketing, because I'm a founder of Harvest as an organization, and so one of my scopes, one of my big scopes, is in-game advertising channel. And as of today, I am closing 750,000 US dollars, East and South, covering East and South Africa for Coca-Cola campaign. So, and global Chanel campaign that is worth $1.5 million. So what makes it so much different to be able to get the right target is you have to be a hunter. You cannot be a farmer. As an account executive, when I was starting my career and my profession, I realized that is you cannot just take care of the people that or your clients to grow in your field. You have to hunt many as possible, because out of the 250 calls in a week, you have to also make sure that you have to saturate the market that you're looking after. And at the same time, you have to also take care of these market along the way. You cannot leave them alone. So that's one of my testimonies that I can share with you, why I became very successful in sales and marketing, and why my clients have been very loyal to our platform, as well as the in-game advertising platform that I'm handling right now, covering the East and South Africa region, also the EMEA market, and also the Middle East market. So we have a staggering amount of monetization in gaming as a platform. So I apologize, but I will definitely devote myself right now at Affinity. I will promise that with all of my heart. I will do that the best I can. Thank you.
Thank you too. No, that's amazing. I mean, it really is. And not only the testimonial, well, of course, someone that is so business focused, I'm not worried whether or how quickly you will scale with Oxinity, because you will very quickly. I mean, eventually you have all the resources and you have the mindset. Yeah, this is it. Now, for the partners here that are not used to being hunters, let me tell you, or well, Edward can tell you better. It is not difficult. It is not difficult. It is extremely easy to be a hunter, but it's a mindset. It's excellent that you say that. It is a mindset. Blanca's here. I've spoken with her a couple of days ago, and to be a hunter actually is something that that can be learned, right, Edward? And then we'll ask Blanca.
Exactly. Being a hunter is a process. You cannot be a hunter in one day. You have to know the market timing. You have to know your market strategy, the capitalization, and all of those important aspects for you to be able to just penetrate the market. No, we're not just talking about saturating the market. How are you as a person or a business perspective person going to introduce your product or your services perhaps in a certain market scope? You have to make in a fast moving marketplace, you cannot be complacent because you have a lot of competition around you. Of course, you are building your own profile exactly as a teacher at the same time as a businessman. I think you can do both, but at the same time, you have to be wise with your decisions. You have to focus on what is the booming market, what is the market that exactly needs your services. You cannot offer the same solutions to a market that you have hundreds and thousands of the same solutions that are offering you currently. So you have to be wise. Which market does need your profile, and they have like more than 80% of the completion rate, which you are targeting the right metrics here. You cannot just introduce a solution that is not needed currently. I mean, as far as I understand the market somehow. Thank you.
Yeah. No, but the good thing here is that you also understand this system, because from the teacher's point of view, I mean, let me explain for the rest of the partners. Edward, is an entrepreneur, as you guys can see, but he's also a vocational teacher. Yeah, someone that loves teaching and is involved in education from many angles. So as an English teacher, as part of his activity, he understands that, and take his words, it's very important. The good news here is that even though it can appear very difficult, let me insist on that, it is not. You have the tools. Yeah, a hunter needs tools. You have them. You have the strategy, and the strategy is sharing, and now we're going to talk about it. But first, let me sharing and of course strategies behind that, there all also exist. So we have to, right now, I'm asking Blanca, and right now we will step into quality, because that will be our value proposition and we have to know it. Yeah, Edward is right. You cannot offer solutions that are not needed. So right now, in a minute, we step into quality. But I want to ask Blanca to explain to you her routine. Yeah, because it is a question also of a routine of decision making. She makes a decision, she quantifies her objectives, and then she's a doer. So can you explain that, Blanca?
I think for me, I literally have a checklist that I follow every single day, and I make sure that I post exactly. I follow on Mondays, I post this type of content. Tuesdays, this type. Wednesdays, this type. And then I follow the checklist, and every post that I make, you've already done the work, so post it everywhere else as well. For me, that's what's helped. And then just seeing what's working and what's not. If like Edward said, if my audience is reacting to this type of post, that means that's the solution that they need. That's what they need. So you create more content like that, and that's the solution you're providing for them. And just checking your salesforce, see what's working, what links are people clicking on, what are they not clicking on, what do you need to provide for them.
Okay, and the content, where do you take it from?
Some of it I create myself, but I think that's one of the huge benefits of Oxinity, is that you can just go in the blog and share everyone else's content. And that's half the work is done for you. So you don't even, I mean, where else are you going to get that? I don't know. And you're helping your coworkers too. So.
Okay, yeah, that's it. No, basically, just again, guys, remember, actually, you started with one of the last things when you were explaining to me. First thing, Blanca checks her Salesforce. This is the first thing that she does, yeah? And she sees how her trials, her interested, her leads are going on. After that, it's a matter of, okay, deciding, do you quantify your objectives, so in terms of leads, and do you have what are they?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just starting off. So for now, my goal is I have a monthly goal of 2 new clients a month. I haven't broken it down into leads per day yet, but I do try to get at least 10 leads per week. So that's what helps me. Okay, I need to create another post similar to this because it got me 2 leads, and I haven't gotten to my 10 leads this week yet. So that's what helps me to really, when you have a number, it makes it a lot more, I don't know, it motivates you to create something else and post something else.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But well, eventually, creating is an inspirational process. The more you share, and we will see now what has been going on in the blog, a lot of great stuff there. Yeah, but the more you use it, the more ideas you get. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. So this week, the blog has been amazing. Yeah, I see a lot of fantastic content there. So here is the quality. I'm jumping into quality. Before that, Edward, did you raise your hand, or that was from before?
Oh, sorry, that was from before. I lowered it down. Sorry. Thanks.
No worries. Okay, so quality is something that, let me now mention from the previous webinar, Steve's idea. Yeah, he got a very good idea, very good proposition for all of you. Yeah, which is, very easy to follow, very easy, which is, okay, if we are going to take care of and suggest learners not only what they can learn with us in class, but also after class, yeah, so we can well get inspirations from topics, right? Am I right, Steve? Are you there? Yes, he's here. So that was your idea, right? He's still muted. But in any case, this is what I remember, and it was a fantastic idea. It was a great idea. And actually now I saw that in the blogs there is much more content which thinks of the student. Yeah, so content that is targeted at providing further ideas and practices once they have finished their class with you. Yeah, and check them if you haven't checked them. If you haven't used the blog, check it, because there are great posts there. Let me just mention a few of them. Yes, you will survive, says Georgina. Aprende first, second, and third conditional con canciones. Inglés B1 to B2. Imagine you can learn English listening to John Lennon, says Sonia. Yeah, A1 to A2. Aprende los verbos en pasado en inglés, a perfect day in the life of a dreamer. A2, B2. This is actually a real testimonial from Oliver, and so on and so on. So Olga as well, lift your mood while practicing English with one of the best Disney songs, The Bare Necessities. Amazing stuff there, amazing stuff. Now, what you guys can do with it? What do you think you can do with it? Let's think what we can do with it. What would you, well, Georgina, if I ask you, I know that you know the answer, but
No.
Autumn.
No. My answer has to get better. Like, I have one answer, but I think it has to get better.
Okay. And what is it? Let's see if we can.
Okay, I would say share. Okay, share. But like, I'm not sharing those kind of posts on LinkedIn, because I don't think that. No, not those kind of posts. Not those kind of posts, because I don't think the people there need these kind of solutions. I think it's more business oriented. And then what I should start doing. What I should start doing, maybe all my super million Facebook groups, segment them, because I'm sending the exact same things to all of them. And maybe I have beginners, I don't know who the advanced learners are. So maybe, as Blanca was saying, figure that one out and send them more specifics. I do have 3 WhatsApp lists, like beginners, middle, high, new. And I do distribute this content according to the levels. I don't know what else we could do. Oh, I thought of something, but whatever. We also mentioned that with Steve, right? Last day, to when we send the email to the students when the class is finished, we could include that there, just to give them something.
Yeah, but I like your idea about segmentation. Now you can think of it. Like 2 weeks before, you couldn't, because we didn't have the content. Yeah, so now it makes sense. But now we have for high level students, we have solutions. For low level students, we have solutions. So now we can send content. And yeah, I agree with you. It's not for LinkedIn. This is for your WhatsApp clients. This is for for people that actually are on board, that they are with you, but that ultimately not only they can benefit, but they can also share in return. Yeah.
But that's, I asked, like I say, hello, this week, the blog, whatever. And I said, have fun and share as much as you want. But that's the most we can do. Like,
yes,
tell them, we're not going to say, it's very difficult for me to manage to like share, but leave it open. Like, share if you feel like it, share if you want,
I mean, we cannot be more aggressive, but at the same time, we're putting the right elements in the right hands. Okay, and then a call to action. A call to action doesn't mean that we have to get, we have to be obsessed whether or not they do it, but we have to enable them to do it. Yeah, so if the content is engaging, they will share, because maybe, now imagine that blog post that Olga wrote with the children's song. Okay, so now imagine that in the hands of someone, of a mom that has a kid, and also she is in a WhatsApp group with other moms and with other parents in general from her kids' school. So if this is a good content, then that sharing is possible. Yeah, so it's not, and as Blanca says or said, Every one of us has a bubble, which can be very reduced, but everyone in our bubble has a bubble. So the growth can be exponential, and yet we don't know, we cannot probably be certain how much that will be shared, but eventually good content in the right hands does create that opportunity for sharing. Anna, do you want to say something?
Well, just to add, as I was trying something lately and I find it interesting, sharing via email, right? So sending basically emails to your past students, or for example, to those students who never tried the class, or those students who never registered or never became the client, right? Sharing some kind of content, because we know exactly that they are looking for learn English, right? So sharing content from time to time, sending them posts through email can also be engaging for them. And actually, some of them later, sooner or later, will tell us, okay, I'm interested in learning more, right? Or I would click on this blog post, I would remember again about Oxinity and so on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. That's great. I am also very, yeah, sharing can happen. Well, it all depends, but maybe easier would be on WhatsApp, and then a little bit more professional on by email. But I go for WhatsApp if you can, and little by little can be adding all the interested people that you get. That would be amazing. Okay. So. Another big why regarding the content. Well, first of all, before I ask you guys, do you have any questions? What content, why creating content, and how to operate with it? Marta, for instance, let me ask one of our newest members. How does that feel, sharing content to students?
Well, I see it quite possible. I mean, I used to have a blog like many years ago, and then I forgot the password. That was before Instagram and before, So yeah, I believe that's a good way to reach students.
Fine. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's the idea. That's the idea, to reach students and to grow by sharing content of value. Now, let me ask you this. What should we be writing about? What do you think? What do students need? Do you have any idea in terms of their preferences? Let me ask Paz and Olga. I would love to have their opinion. What do you guys think?
Sorry. Hi. Regarding sharing contents, yes, is that your question?
Yeah, what, in your opinion, people want to receive, want to get?
I'm trying different things. Yeah, I haven't got an answer to that. And perfect like Blanca. When she was like trying different things, trying different contents and see what's working. Funny enough, I think one of the contents that worked better, it was one of the Blanca's last post regarding the 3 keys of why half an hour is a good time for a class, for example. I had quite a lot of clicks when I share her content there, and I actually think I got a lead, my Gedder client.
Yeah.
So, still, we're trying different things, and I'll try to to share most of it. Clues, very little capsules of knowledge, like keys, like when to use these, or a few phrasal verbs, and then content in Spanish regarding our experience of what it works and what it doesn't.
Okay, great. Blanca, you raised your hand.
Yeah, I always like to, when I'm thinking of what do I want to write next, I just start with what questions do I get asked the most in class. I wrote the one about the 3 benefits of 30-minute classes because I was constantly getting asked, "Can you get anything done in 30 minutes?" Yes, I can, and here's why. And then because that's something that people are asking a lot. If all of your students are asking about phrasal verbs, I need more practice with phrasal verbs. Write something about phrasal verbs and mention it to them in the next class. I don't know. I think that
Yeah,
whatever you get
absolutely.
out the most is what people need. So that's a
Right, yeah, exactly. So for instance, let me tell you that Sonia got a lead yesterday from a blog that is called why like apps these apps to learn English for free. I don't know whether it was Georgina's
It was me.
post or it was you.
That,
Sonia
that
got
was
a
like
lead with it.
cool. That was like Blanca. That was like what Blanca said. That came from, it's a real story.
Yeah.
It was that the Friday student said, is this, do you think Relaxity is the best one? And that's what made me thinking. And it's exactly what Blanca was saying. It's just the question came from the student. So the
There you
inspiration
go.
came from the student.
So,
So I said, oh, this is what you want to know? Well, here it is.
well, and what you did, well, when did you do it? I don't know when did you do it, but Sonia
Last
just got a lead with it.
Yeah, it was last week. I think it was last Thursday.
I mean, so the conclusion is super clear. I mean, the questions that you are asked are the ones that you have to answer. This is it. I mean, it's very straightforward. Um, this was something that actually Sonia shared on LinkedIn. Yeah, so these are the type, I agree, not everything is for LinkedIn, but this plus Blanca's post about how to learn in 30 minutes, yeah, that is for LinkedIn, definitely, super good. And Blanca's post also got leads for people. I don't have the statistics now, but I know for a fact. Yeah, so Autumn, what do you say?
Yeah, I was saying like I guess what Blanca does, I'm trying to put my hand down, that I get a lot of my stuff that I share on LinkedIn, mostly with my students, like pronunciation. They always are having trouble with like the tongue twisters. So I was like, okay, top 10 tongue twisters to like try, and I shared like some links on a LinkedIn post, and it got a lot of hits and comments. And then I think I remembered like a lot of the stuff that we do during the week sometimes becomes like inspiration for like a post. I always do punctuation. No, I do like pronunciation Tuesday post. If anyone follows me on LinkedIn, and like every Tuesday I post something about like how to improve your punctuation, and sometimes a lot of people really like it and they share it. Sometimes it doesn't work. Last Tuesday didn't do anything. I just shared the May 4th, May the 4th be with you, a Star Wars reference, and that post kind of like blew up on LinkedIn, even though it had nothing to do with like English. So,
That's great, but you have to go a step further. Like if you have traction on LinkedIn, now you have to monetize it because
yeah.
I don't know whether you're monetizing it. So you're being starting to be relevant on LinkedIn. Now monetize it. How would you do that?
I would probably start writing a mixture between like our blog post, and then maybe try writing like a blog post through the LinkedIn platform to see like which one gets better traction, because I know that
Yeah.
LinkedIn like
You have
prefers.
to do that because right now you are relevant on LinkedIn, but that doesn't mean leads. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you have to trespass this barrier of LinkedIn. You have to go global. Yeah. You have to get out of it. On top of LinkedIn, yeah, you have to add more because eventually you will be monetizing something that has proven to have attraction, blog, and with it, everyone will be able to share everywhere. That is going to bring you leads and clients. Yeah, so you have to think of this as well. It's great, that experience that you're sharing. Pronunciation you mentioned. Now, pronunciation is something Oliver wrote about. His blog post has pronunciation tips, because let's say that whenever we write something for someone, we then have to provide the instructions that will be relevant as well for people, the instructions that will make them do something and change and therefore improve. For instance, focus on the chorus, focus on this phrase, and ask them to do something. Give them a task, otherwise people won't bother. Yeah. So here is this reading, for instance, or this song. Listen to it and then do something with it. Yeah. Instructions have to be there. Georgina has them. Oliver has them. So Blanca, how about you? You want to add something?
Yeah, I think that like you were saying, when you see that you get reaction to a post, like you were saying, to monetize it, don't be afraid to interact with the people that even just liked your comment, right? Because now you have information about what content they need, and you can approach them and say, hey, if you're interested, I see that you're participated, whatever it is, I see that you're interested. Here's more information about my classes. But on Instagram the other day, someone participated in one of my quizzes, so I wrote to him and I said, hey, all I said was thanks. I said, if you're interested, here's more information. And he said, hey, not now, but in the summer I'm thinking about starting English again. Okay, so now I know how to follow up with him, and I know what content is interesting to him, so I know what to send him. So I think
that's brilliant.
That's how you
yeah, that's
it,
brilliant.
right?
Guys, remember that. That is brilliant. Brilliant idea. Absolutely. Brilliant practice. Repeat it. Just summarize it. Repeat it. I want everyone to listen to that. Please, Blanca.
And this, it came from Georgina mentioned it in a webinar, and that's why I started. She's like, oh, I didn't even know. See, you interact with the people that interact with you, send them more information, and see what they're reacting to, and send them that exact content. And that's
great. Great.
They'll remember your name.
Yeah, that's true. So we find out what people really care about, what their problem is. We provide a solution, we interact with them. That's it. You have the tools to be hunters. I'm here wrapping up also Edward's idea. You have all the tools to be hunters, and you have to know how to use them to the best of your capacity and for your own benefit. Yeah, this is what Oxinity is about. A private class is a dead business. Is a business for people. Well, we cannot even. I mean, it's not even worth going there. Because we will be super frustrated. So we're building something that allows you, everyone, to offer better prices for students and a higher price for you. Yeah, this is it. It's not difficult. It is a matter of consistency, trial and error. We have fantastic examples here within this community, the new members, the newest members. Talk to Blanca, Georgina, Anna, Autumn, Edward, talk with each other, get the best of these ideas, and we will help you. Yeah, we will help you if you want this, and we will take it further as well. We will help you, Maria, myself, every single one of you. We will help you. Okay. Anna's example, have this as a reference. If she's done it, it's possible. 180 euro rate per hour. I was going more humble. I was going towards the 42, but she's achieved 180. Okay, everyone can do that. Yeah. Okay, so we have to go. Any questions, any comments from you guys? No? Okay, so don't be a hunter. No, be a hunter. Don't be a, what was it? What was it, Edward?
A farmer.
A farmer.
Yeah.
Don't be a farmer, be a hunter.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you and have a great weekend.
Thank
Bye.
you, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.